I'm Ian Rush and you're watching the Redmen TV.
Fair play. One more question before we go, and obviously because everyone's going to be, I'm sure everyone's going mad on social media about it. Graham, hashtag Rodgers out.
No, I don't think that's just pathetic. If you know, it concerns me.
Then we're doing the Spurs.
No, it's not. No, it gets worse. It gets worse than Spurs for me, because we used to, and we still, some of us still try and say that we're this brilliant set of fans. But you know, if we start hashtagging Rodgers out after the season we had last season, I knew it was a transition season anyway. I didn't think it'd be as bad as it is. We've lost 55 goals. We've got no storage. Let's look at the bigger picture. Let's look at what he can do as a manager. Let's give him a chance to fix it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's done nothing but we progressed the first season. Okay, we only finished 7th instead of 8th. We finished 2nd and maybe could have won it last year. And it was one of the best seasons I've ever had. You know, so let's see him get out of it. I wouldn't, even if we were outside top 4 this season, I wouldn't get rid. You know, we've got to give him a chance to get these players going, and get the signings that he's made or the committee have made, whoever, to get going. And it's just so cringy that we're doing. You know, people are doing hashtag Rodgers out. It's so fucking great. If you're doing it, unfollow me. Don't get me into any discussion about it because it fucking knocks me sick. Yeah. And I'll tell you as much if you ask me, if I'm honest.
Well, that's absolutely right. I fully agree with all of that. I think the obvious devil's advocate point is if he continues this, we're going to pick up points at some point. Simple as, you know what I mean. But if we continue, if we lose the next 5. That's fucking relegation form, essentially, isn't it? Like, you know what I mean? Which is another set of concerns. But
talking in the here and now.
Yeah, exactly. In the here and now, no. I think great point from Graham there, Jack. It reminds me. I thought Benitez deserved another season. Yeah. People can say what they want about Rafa, whether they loved him or hated him. What he'd done for that club up to that point, even though we fucking dropped out the top 4, he deserved a go at getting it right, didn't he? And I think it's the same with Brendan Rodgers. Definitely. He deserves to be able to fucking see his players there. Let us give them a chance. Give him enough time to fucking hang himself, and it's sad that it might mean that we end up. Hey, listen, if we end up finishing 7th, that's a fucking devastating season. But I think he should be allowed the opportunity to fucking get that.
The thing is, this right now hurts so much because of the expectations at the start of the season, which were in place because of him. And that's a fantastic point. That same thing could apply to the 2009-10 season under Benitez when we were supposed to go and walk the title, and it was a poor season. And this season we've started so poorly, but you know the expectation is there. We've got a lot to be grateful for in the grand scheme of things. We can almost, in a funny kind of way, if we do finish 5th, like you say, we can be grateful for the fact we feel so disappointed to be in that 5th. Yeah. That's a factor in itself, you know. It shows that we're underperforming. Like I said earlier on, I think it was half-time or pre-match, we're the team most off the pace of where I think we should be. Spurs are a bit off their pace, Arsenal are a little bit off, Everton are underperforming, but nobody to the extent that we are. So I think we've got that much that we can improve, and I'm confident we will do. You're talking about it being rock bottom, and I hope it is. This is Hull away last year, and we... What was it after that? We dropped 10 points. So before April, end of April. So let's hope for a bit of that, so we can turn it around.
It happens. It happens in leagues, and if you look at Benitez at Valencia, he won the league. The next season he finished 6th. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And he's finished 6th. He finished 6th on goal difference. Could have been 7th. So you know these things happen, and then in the season after he won the league again. So sometimes it is about a transition. Rodgers has now got a squad. Maybe this is a year where he's finding out about his players, finding out about himself. And we'll come back better next season. I agree with you. I'd have loved. The sad thing about Rafa is he was the only one fighting for us fans with Hicks and Gillette, and he took his eye off the football because he was fighting so much. And he was working. You know, I've got on good knowledge that he was working 17, 18 hour days because he was doing all the strategic side of fucking fighting Hicks and Gillette, as well as then there was Ferguson and all his cronies, and then there was the football, and then Gerrard and Carragher were against him as well. So. It's one of them where I'd love to have seen him get another season. I'll be honest, don't want him back. If it goes tits up with Rodgers, I wouldn't want him back. I think we just stick with Rodgers. Let's get our identity back again with Rodgers. Let him make some changes, and then push on and see how we end the season.
Well, exactly. I mean, this is the thing, isn't it? Because we bought into this notion of having a young manager who was going to bring in young players to build them up. We're never going to be a Madrid or a Barcelona or a Man United that goes out and spends that silly money on these ready-made stars. So it's to be expected that there's going to be a couple of steps backwards for every step forward every now and again. Or at least I think so.
Well, yeah, I didn't expect us to be in the Champions League this season. If you'd asked me at the beginning of last season, would we be in the Champions League? No. I thought this year we might get into the Champions League for the first time, we might sneak it. At the beginning of the season, I think, you know, as Jack well put it, is that we all had high expectations, and Rodgers is the reason, as Jack's already said. I think what you've got to remember is that he's a young manager, he's going to make mistakes. He's not dealt with the fact that you've got to play European football. A lot of the squad haven't dealt with the fact that we've been playing European football because we've not got European experienced players. You add the two of them things together, we're going to struggle a little bit. But I do think that, you know, when the Champions League group games are over, we'll see a lot more about this side. I think we'll see a lot more from the side.
The problem with it all is that this is all like, it's all in hope, and it's in hope and expectation, isn't it? Well, exactly. And there's no fucking, right now it's hard to see the wood for the trees because it's so hard, it's so emotionally involving when you're not winning games, and it's so frustrating. You take it home with you, you carry it around with you all week. We need those players out there to go and fucking perform, and that's the bare bones of it. I think any of this Rodgers out fucking shit is just like, it's small time. It's so fucking, it's like Crystal Palace. Well, it gets you fucking nowhere. Crystal Palace fans were starting to call for Warnock's head before this game, and I bet they're fucking singing his name in the fucking streets of fucking, you know, a fucking Lewisham and all that tonight, like, you know what I mean? Because Croydon's going ape shit tonight because of fucking Neil Warnock, and that's the point, is that, and that for me is, but that's championship mentality, is this fucking sack the manager and fucking put it off. Because again, look at Spurs. Yeah, AVB spent all that money. What have they done since then? They sacked the manager, and what's happened? Like, you know, Pochettino is clearly a decent manager. He's got them there or thereabouts, hasn't he? But they've not benefited from it.
You're starting this whole ethos again, and you're starting another 3-year plan and stuff like that. If we change that manager, I don't want to wait another 3 years. I trust that Rodgers can get us into the Champions League this season, definitely next season.
But who'd you get?
Exactly.
No. Let's forget about everything. Let's forget about everything else. Let's say Rodgers is shite. Who'd you get? Because if you want a top line manager, let's think of who you'd want. You know, Guardiola. He's not fucking coming, is he? No, seriously. You got your Guardiola, you got your Mourinho, you've got your Diego Costa.
Guardiola,
it's not Diego Costa, Simeone. You've got, you know, all these managers.
Klopp wouldn't come now. Even fucking Benitez, we were actually talking about this. Benitez, even if we wanted him back, he wouldn't fucking leave. He wouldn't fuck off Napoli to come back to us now anyway, because it's not the kind of personality that he's got. So you're like, all you'd ever get in January, and there's probably examples of it, and if I'm wrong, find me some examples, put them in the comments, but you only ever get a fucking holding fucking manager.
Or manager's just been sacked.
Exactly. You get someone, like, if you're fucking, look, like, putting Tony Pulis in a Palace, genius move last season, fantastic, can't fault thing, but that's the best you can hope for. I mean, like, Chelsea taking Benitez, got them knocked out of the Champions League, won the UEFA Cup, terrific. Scraped them into the top. I think they finished 5th. Did they? Whatever. Finished 4th. Whatever. They didn't fucking go on to be what they were supposed to be. You don't go on. Swapping the manager wouldn't. We're not going to go back to being a fucking top of the fucking tree team. Brendan Rodgers just needs to figure it out. I'd rather give him time to figure it out than get a fucking a genuinely average manager in for 6 months only to fuck him off next season or whatever. Ridiculous. It annoys, you know what, we shouldn't even be having this conversation. It's fucking pathetic. I'll give you a fucking head a wobble if you fucking go on about this fucking Rodgers out shite, because it frustrates me more than Liverpool. Liverpool being shit, it frustrates me. The level of frustration is nothing by comparison to the fucking fair weather bullshit fans who fucking do this. And you know, look, if Liverpool continue in this vein of form for the next fucking 2 months, the decision will be taken out of our hands no matter what we feel about Brendan Rodgers. He will be fucking gone by the end of fucking January if we don't fucking win a game between now and the end of January. But we fucking will, because we've got a good manager, we've got fucking good players, and we've got to trust that he's got the fucking ability to get it right. Because, as exactly what Jack said there, the only reason people are so disappointed this season are because the high standards that Brendan Rodgers and the way his team performed last season. So there you go, fucking have that.
Concerns last season, our concern was we can see from set pieces and crosses. Now we can see from fucking anything.
Absolutely.
No, we do, through the middle, through the wings, through our goalkeeper being shit, through our defenders going for the ball. It's everything now.